everybody. My game handle is Thana2. I play this game called Satisfactory. I really like it. I hope you like it too. Version 1.0 came out not too long ago, a month or so. And one of the guys I watch on streaming platforms said, you know, one of the things that's really beneficial, or it really makes it complete, is to share your creations with others. And I've never done that, so I thought I'd give it a try, and hopefully you will be nice to me and not be cruel. But I will start with the new game. When you do a new game, you have 4 different areas which you can start in. One's the grassy fields, next is the rocky desert, and then after that's the northern forest and the dune desert. These are the same for everybody, no matter, you know, who plays the game. The idea is, if you've never really played before, these 2 areas are probably your best starting areas. If you have a fair amount of experience, the northern forest is good, and if you're really an advanced expert, then you could go ahead and start in the dune desert. My favorite place to start here is in the rocky desert, so we'll select that and we'll give our game a name. If I could spell, it would help. I really do want to skip the intro, however, I'm not going to, because if you've never played the game before, it does walk you through the basics of the game, and so I want to talk about some of the basics of the game and kind of get you started. Our initial factories are not going to be very pretty, and we're going to handcraft a bunch of stuff, and as we handcraft a bunch of stuff, I'll probably just maybe splice the video so you don't have to watch the tedious task of handcrafting items, because the whole point here is to automate everything that you can. So that's what we want to do. I'm not going to skip the onboarding process. I will probably skip the intro video, and maybe when our computer, whose name is Ada, our helper, talks, I will maybe cut those scenes out, maybe not. I don't know. We're going to play this by ear. I have no real plan for this, so we're just going to kind of go and see what happens. So we'll hit start game and then really begin it, and then we will meet you at Planetfall.
Separation from main transport complete. Group 8 delivered to Calistian region. All pioneers. Congratulations, you are the 3rd in your region to survive Planetfall. Welcome to Massage 2, AB-B, in the binary system of Akicha.
Alright,
loading objective-based introduction. Begin onboarding.
What we're going to do is do the onboarding process, and one of the first things we're going to do is open our
contact safety
inventory
tool supplied due
and
to presence of alien megafauna.
safety tool.
Adhere
So
to
open
fix-it
inventory,
procedure
you
and
press
equip the
tab,
fix-it ink Xeno
and
zapper
you can
before
double
leaving the
click it,
drop
and put it in
zone.
your hand, or you can drag and drop it. Either way will work.
Next objective. Dismantle the drop pod.
I kind of want to speed through
Fix-it
this, so just so
incorporated
you
as
know,
cost-effective and efficient.
Apologize
We do
for
not
that.
waste.
But
The drop pod will be
we're
recycled to
going
construct
to
the first stage of the
destroy or
habitat and
dismantle,
utility base,
our,
often referred to as the hub.
pod here. And one of the things we will do a lot in this game is dismantle things. To dismantle, you press the F key and you highlight. You use your cursor or your mouse pointer to highlight what you want to remove, and then you click and hold your mouse button and it will go away. Okay, we will scan for iron in a second, but along the way you will find edibles like this plant. This is called a barrel nut. There's pale berries, and there's thing called bacon agaric, which it really looks like a mushroom. We'll call it mushrooms probably from here on out. I'm gonna pick this up, and Ada's gonna tell us about it. And again, you know, I'm probably gonna talk over her for that. I want to show you how to set some run settings, and so you don't have to walk around. See how fast this is? Oh, this is so slow. I tell you what, before I pick that up, we'll do that. Well, let me show you how to run. So pull up your menu and go to options, and I believe it's under controls. There's a button that says, or a checkbox that says hold to sprint. By default it's checked, and when it's checked you have to hold the shift key down to sprint, but when it's not checked, I'm sorry, I got off the menu and I didn't mean to. When it's unchecked, you can toggle your sprint. So you hold the shift key down or press the shift key once, you'll run, you hit the shift key again, you walk. But if you have it checked, you'll have to hold the shift key down to always sprint. But I leave it unchecked by default so I can hit the shift key. And now I'm walking a little bit faster. Let me turn the shift key back off so I'm walking. See, it's a little slower. And there's a shift key on, walk, shift key off. Excuse me, walk, shift key on, run. It just toggles it back and forth. Now there's one other thing you want to do, and that's called the slide jump while you're running in run mode. If you walk and you press C and hit the space bar, you'll jump, you move a whole lot faster, especially early in the game like this is, and it's pretty helpful. So again, that's while you're running, C space, and again, C space. Alright, now you see me picking up all this kind of stuff, these leaves and these twigs along the way, is because early power requires these things to run. So we're going to need a fair amount of this as we get going. So as I'm walking along, well, look at that. Right there is a bacon agaric. So we'll get that to it in a minute. We'll let Ada tell us about that, or we'll get them and maybe not let her tell us. I don't know. But let's go ahead and get this, and then we'll get that bacon agaric. Alright, now we'll get this guy, and she'll tell us all about that. Alright, we did that. Now we need to scan for iron. There is one place that I really want to start our base at, but real quick before we do scan for iron, we'll talk about the compass across the top of the screen. North, west, south, east. When we ping for our resources, well, to ping for resources, you press the V menu, pull it up. Right now we only have one, that's iron ore. And you can, as we continue through the game, we'll get more and more resources that we can scan for. So for now, we're scanning for iron ore, and when we do, if you look across the top on the compass, it'll kind of point you to the direction where some of them are. Once we get the map, then you can use the map and we'll ping, and then open up the map, and it'll show you on the map where these things are located at. So let's go ahead and ping. Again, that was V to open this guy up. Press and hold V, and then select what you want, and then just let go of it. The V key. Okay, so there's some over there at 468 meters, and there's some over there at 600, and there's some over there at 450. We could start over there, but that is not where I want to start. There's some, I'm going to kind of head over there to these. There's some more over here, which we haven't got to yet. I don't know why it's not showing us, or maybe it hadn't hit it yet. I don't know. Anyway, we will run through here, and there is, I told you I played this game a lot, so I know the map fairly well, at least especially early on. There is over here, oh, here's the animals that you'll meet along the way. This guy is a bird, non-aggro, not an issue. He gets in the way sometimes at the base. That little, I don't know what color he is, reddish orangey guy. That's a lizard doggo. The lizard doggo is an animal. It's non-aggressive. We can pick him up if we had the right edible and make him our pet, and then as a pet he will run around and get us some stuff, all kinds of things he finds as he wanders around. He bring us presents because he loves us, and that's a good thing. Alright, so also over there are two things. One, that blue thing is a slug, and we'll pick that up in a minute because that'll help us in the little as we progress through the game. That animal over there is a spitter, and the spitter will spit plasma at us, so we need to take him out. There's a way to make the animals non-aggro, all of them, but I just kind of leave it at default. So we're going to do this slide jump and try to land on top of him, and then we're going to use our little tool here to kind of take him out. Should take 2 or 3 zaps if I hit him right. So we're slide jump, C space, and here he comes, and we're going to hit him. Move. Oh, he shot our plasma at us, and our health's going down a little bit. If you notice, a little bit. We could go ahead and equip, change out our nut here, and then eat that, and our health will go back up. Or over time, our health will go back up as well. So we want to pick this up, and we'll want to pick this up. We can't use them yet, but in probably the next episode we will use them. But as you collect them as you go, because you're going to use them later. All right, we'll preserve the remains. All right, and we'll go ahead and pick. Oh, look, there's a cave over there. We'll go explore that too, but we'll talk about that before we do. So let's pick this guy up. Power sluggers are useful for plant efficiency. All right, I want to go into this cave, but before I do, I want to give you the arachnophobia warning. In caves, and I don't remember in this cave or not, there are, and in other places, there are spider-looking things called stingers. The various sizes. Early game, I think you only come across small ones depending on where you are, but there are some big ones, and they jump and they bounce and they attack you. These are aggro. There's a way to turn them off to make them look like kittens, I think. You can't, and they will attack you, but it'll be like a kitten attacking you. I don't do that, so I'm going to go in here and let's see what happens. Now, if you notice in here, it's kind of dark. We're going to press B as in boy, to pull up our flashlight. You can turn your flashlight on and off with B. B off, B on my flashlight. And we're going to kind of work our way down through here. I think there's another power slug in here, but I also do think there are these stingers. So let's kind of, you can do C for crouch and kind of sneak in here. I don't know that you can sneak up on the spitters, but we'll see. I'm not going to do it. I'm just going to jump. Yep, there he is. There's two of them, and they're coming at us. All right, there's one down there. Pretty easy to kill, but they do move around pretty good. Again, we'll want to pick up their remains. Alright, in caves, and also when we gather some resources a little further down the road, you'll come across these mushroom looking things, mycelia. Pick up what you need. We'll need some initially anyway, for some stuff.
The fruit of this fungus-like flora does not seem to store this potential resource for later use.
Early game, especially in the onboarding process like we're in, we're going to save that for later. And that's what we're going to do. I'm going to go ahead and pick me up another power slug. Again, can't use it. We're going to save it for later. Alright, we were going this way, I think, down the, I forgot to look at the direction, but I believe this cave has a through on the other side. It does. So we'll continue through and then come out the other side. Alright, now I'm going to, well, let's pull up our scanner again and see where our iron nodes are at. So again, pull the scanner up, press V, and select your resource in case we only got one in this case. See where it goes. I think they're this direction. Yeah, they are. So we will wander over there. And like there's another bacon and garlic over there. Oh, and some more of these in barrel nuts. Pick those up. That's the ones that I want to get to, because there's a spot over there I really want to build our first base at. Okay, now this guy here is another aggro. That's a hatcher, and they spit out these bee-looking things, and these bee-looking things are going to dive bomb us if we get too close. These things are called flying crabs, and they will take down our health, but you can take them out if you can hit them. And I'm going to do now for these guys, you can actually sneak up on them before you get too close. So if I get C and hold the C down, I got to walk up to it, crouching, sneaking. Shh, be quiet, we're sneaking up on the guy. So we're sneaking up on him, and we're going to whoops, if I get close enough, take it out. And it'll go away and not attack us anymore. Good. Okay, on our way to our base, I also see this over here. That is a crash site of another freighter that has tried to enter our planet but didn't succeed. Inside of that big box over there is a hard drive. If we have the right parts, pieces, power, whatever it requires, we can open it up and get the hard drive out and study it. Again, we can't do it at this level, but we will be able to do it soon, and so we're going to, probably in the next episode, but we'll save it for now. We'll go ahead and pick it up since we're on the way to where I want to get our base at. And those little guys around it, that one there is a fluffy-tailed hog. He's also aggro, and there's a couple of them. Usually around these things they do guard them. There's 3 of them. This might be a little tough. Oh, somebody's seen me. He's seen me. So if I can pull one of them away, maybe we can. There he goes. He's gonna run, and you can jump, bypass him. He's gonna run around, hit him, jump, hit him once or twice, and jump because he'll run again. He'll stop eventually. Now we get him. All right, we got him. Now that's one down of the 3. Later on, we'll get better weapons that we can use to take out these
Samples of
aggro
new
animals.
alien species acquired. Notable.
Okay, so these 2, I might have to take them at the same time. Well, that's like, oops, somebody's got me. Who's got me? He's got me. Maybe I can pull him over here, maybe. Watch out, his buddy might give you 2. Come on, come on. There you go. Hit it. Jump. And let him spin. Jump. Come on. Where you at? I'm gonna slide jump into him. Alright, now we got one more. Oh, his friend found me. Take his friend out, jump. You can usually get 2 shots on them before they jump again. At least with your Xeno Zapper. Oh, okay. We should be good around this pod now. What you'll see around this pod too is stuff we can pick up. Check my inventory because it's getting kind of full. We can pick these items up and use them for later. Save them for sure. We can use all this, and let's see what this pod takes. This pod takes 40 rotors. We can't make rotors yet. Fortunately, we were able to find some rotors around the crash site. So we're gonna use those rotors. We're gonna pull down this lever, and then the hard drive is gonna be exposed, and we're gonna pick it up. Now the problem is we're out of space, so I'm gonna
Damaged hard drive successfully acquired. All pioneers are contractually obliged.
I wasn't thinking about it, but we might have a problem because we don't have any more inventory slots. But we can drop some stuff on the ground and then pick it up a little bit later. Oh, these guys, there's a bacon and guard. Pick that up. These guys here will kick out some poisonous fumes, gas clouds. So they're aggro-ish. You can later on we can take them out. It will take our health down. As you notice there, that hear that beeping, it's taking my health down. So we will avoid him for now. Eventually we'll get some stuff that we can use to protect ourselves from those things. All right, I think, let me make sure I'm still heading the right way. Should be some up here that I'm going to get to. Yes, this is where we want to go. All right, so we're gonna come on up here. Oh, that guy. That guy is a what they call a space whale tick thingy. I'm not sure that's the official name, but something like that. They're non-aggro, but they do wander through your bases from time to time, your factories, and they will kind of hang you up sometimes when you're building. If you're gonna move them along, you just gotta give them a little tap, and then they'll take off running. Most of the time. Sometimes they get hung up in your base, but if you leave your base for a while and come back, they'll have magically vanished, so that's good. So over here is where I want to put our initial, our quick and dirty factory is what I'll call it for getting started. And so what I'm going to do is press V again, and that's it right there. I can tell from the topper. Most of your nodes have toppers on them, which if you're gonna, when we start to put mines on them, miners, automated miners on them, we'll have to take the toppers off, but I usually take the toppers off anyway. So I'm going to open, we do have a spitter beside it. I'm gonna try to do the run, jump, and pounce on him. These guys tend to run away from me. He got me, but didn't put the big hurt on me. Good. So let's go ahead and take this off, and then Ada will tell us to build our initial hub.
Next objective.
All right, so I'm gathering up some iron. This node, as you can see on the screen, is a pure node. This node is also a pure node. So using our Mark 1 belts, our Mark 1's miners and things of that nature, which are our first level items, it can mine up to 120 iron ore per minute. There are 3 types of nodes. There's the pure, the normal, and impure, and the normal is half of the pure, and the impure is half of the normal. You'll learn it as we go. So we're going to go ahead and drop down our initial hub. See over there some limestone, and it's got a hatchery around it, which we will use limestone a little bit later here. So let's see if we can kind of crank through these episodes. This episode for the onboarding. Onboarding is just slow, but it teaches you everything you need to know. So if you hit Q, it brings up your build menu. Again, Q, and you select what you want. This will grow. This will add more and more items to here, and we'll have more and more selections as we go. Right now we need to build a hub. It gives us a hologram of what we're looking at, and we can put it wherever we want to put it. I think I'm going to put it this way. Oh yeah, use your mouse wheel to spin it around. Woo! We can deconstruct it once we build it. This is going to be temporary stuff until we get to where we can actually do base building. So let that turn. So I go ahead and emptied my inventory because we don't have storage yet. We're not quite there yet. I went ahead and just dumped these things. They're on top of each other. They shouldn't go away, but when we're ready for them, we'll pick them up and use them. So, all right. So when you're at any point, we're going to do milestones to progress through the game. To get a selected milestone, you go to the hub terminal, highlight it, and we'll unlock all of these phases here eventually. It says phase 2, phase 3. We're on tier 0 at the moment because we're at the very beginning. We're going to make a hub upgrade, and when we do the hub upgrade, we'll get the equipment shop, the portable miner, and one more hand slot. But that's going to take 10 iron rods. To make 10 iron rods, you need to make 10 iron ingots. To make 10 iron ingots, you need 10 iron ore. How do I know that? Well, that's because I've played this game a lot. Yes, that's true. But the other reason is because if you open the codex will tell you a lot. The codex tells you about different things that you can build. As we progress, this will change and get bigger and bigger, but of course there's a search button here. That's nice. You can search for what you want. We're making iron rods. It tells me over here, I can click to expand. 1 iron ingot makes 1 iron rod. So if I click on the iron ingot, I can click on that. 1 iron ingot takes 1 iron ore takes 1 iron ingot. Easy enough, right? So now we have to make some rods. So we're going to make some iron some iron ingots, and then we're going to make some iron rods. So I'm going to do a cutscene here, and we'll be back in a minute, and we'll have our iron rods made. I'll get started here. I guess the first one I probably shouldn't do a cutscene, so let me go ahead and just do it right here because it won't take too long. We're going to make iron. You select what you want from the menu over here, press the space bar, it'll work, and it kind of gives you a little countdown of how many you got and how many you've made. So we'll let it churn for however long it takes. Actually, you know what, since we only need 15, we got enough. I'm going to stop this. I'm going to stop it by hitting the space bar. I'm going to select the iron rods, hit the space bar again, and we're going to make our iron rods. Man, I wasn't paying attention, but I made 94 iron rods. I didn't even realize I had that many. So now we go back to our hub terminal interface. Press E, select our milestone. I forgot to select it a while ago. Hit select milestone. Now we have this. I can drag and drop these items into it to complete this milestone and hit the hub upgrade or milestone completed. Or I can double click and then hit hub upgrade. Now we've done our hub upgrade. Alright, so because we had gotten iron rods from that crash site, which I forgot about, we already had the iron rods, wasn't paying attention. But we'll do hub upgrade 2, and we do have a storage container here. We'll be able to make more of these and different kinds of storage containers as we go. But let's select hub upgrade 2 and see what we need. We need 20 iron rods and 10 iron plates. And before we do that, I'm going to hit Q, and we have a new building we can build, which is an equipment workshop. And I don't have enough iron plates to build it. See, because it's red, it's telling me I'm missing something. So I need 6 iron plates. So we're going to quickly make 6 or 7 iron plates. We're going to make a handful of iron plates here. We'll use this. I won't speed through this one, but as we progress through this episode, you watching me make these things manually will be less and less, because this is the hardest part of the game. It's not the most fun part. We're going to automate everything. That's the goal. Early game, it's hard to do because they're trying to teach you how to play the game. Hey, if you haven't done it, go through the tutorial. I'm telling you, go through this intro. It's good for you. Alright, so because we did all that, we have enough. We have 36 and 86, and we only need 20 and 10. But before we did it, I forgot we were building the equipment shop. Remember, Q, select what you want. And then now that I'm green, or whatever color that is, bluish green, anyway, you can put it where you want to, except for it might clip, like it's telling me, no, if you're too close to the hub, can't do that, so you have to move it out a little bit. So we'll put it over here for a minute, kind of angle it, and then we will make some different things from here. Various things will start to be added to it. Right now we can make another Xeno Zapper, or we can make a portable miner, hard word to say. I'm going to make 4 of these to help get us started. These are pretty quick. Unfortunately, I think you might always have to manually craft those. I could be wrong, I can't remember for sure. But we are going to take those and drop those over here so we can start sort of automatically mining. We're going to actually it's going to get us some more iron for us. To use them, you got to drag them, drop them to your inventory. We got a new inventory slot from that last upgrade. Now use your mouse wheel, scroll across, and there's your other thing in your other hand slot. Again, mouse wheel back to the first thing, mouse wheel again. So I'm just going to drop these 4 in a row, and then you can kind of watch the animation as they begin rolling. And there they go. They're starting to drill for us. Well, they're about to start to drill for us. And inside of them, they have inventory, which you can pick up by just saying grab all. Or when they fill up, they will stop spinning, and then they will, then you can empty them and do what you want, or you can pick up the miner if you want to as well. So I tell you what I'm going to do for a moment. I'm going to take a time. I'm not going to time lapse. I'm just going to cut screen, and I'm going to make a bunch of iron rods and a bunch of iron plates. Again, because we're having to handcraft everything, I'm going to save you the misery of watching me handcraft all of these things. All right, so I'll be back in a second as far as you're concerned, or a few seconds, and then we'll continue from there. Okay, while I was away, I went ahead and crafted up a ton of we shouldn't say a ton, but a bunch of iron plates and a bunch of iron rods, which we will use for later. So we will go ahead and send off for hub upgrade 2, and again double click, and it'll upgrade. Also, you'll see me hit the sort button a lot in this particular playthrough. I just hit it a lot anyway. It'll combine our stacks. This will jump to 200 and take 10 from here, and this will jump to 200 and take whatever the difference is. So bam. It kind of helps your stack get reshuffled. So I'm going to upgrade it, hit hub upgrade, and Ada will tell us some stuff. We got a roof now, yay!
Hub upgrade.
All right, before we select hub upgrade 3, we have this new biomass burner, which burns biomass. Biomass being right now at this moment wood or leaves. If you press the I on a biomass burner, it'll tell you what it can burn and how fast it burns it. Leaves are at 80 per minute, wood at 12, and mycelia at 60 per minute. As we progress, we'll be able to do better, more efficient burning material, and then eventually we'll get to hopefully coal and other types of fuel. We'll automate it so we don't have to continue to pick up these wonderful leaves and wonderful things along the way. I'm not going to mess with that guy yet. Okay, so again, remember, along the way you'll come across these nodes. This is a sulfur node. We can't do anything with it yet. That seems to be the theme of this particular episode, but we will go ahead and mine this, and then later in another episode we will use it to research some things.
Unknown chemical element.
All right, one thing I forgot to do over here was I was going to pick up one of our miners, because we're going to go look for some copper. So I'm going to pick this up, and the stuff that was in it is now in my inventory. And now we're going to search for copper, hit V. We have a new option down here, so we're going to hit copper, and it's going to ping, and I just happen to know that there's copper up over that direction, 160 meters. We're going to run that direction, drop the copper miner on it, and then from the ingots, copper ingots, we're going to make from the copper ore, we're going to make copper ingots. And from the copper ingots, we're going to make wire. And from the wire that we make, we're going to make cable. We already looted some cable earlier from the crash site before, so that's good. We will walk up here. It's right there, and there is a one of those guys, a spitter. He's mad. He's already seen us, and he's trying to shoot at us. Woo! You can jump them sometimes. He doesn't do too much bad damage. They do have a, I guess, for lack of a better description, a big brother. Does a lot more damage. So I'm gonna go ahead and equip the miner, drop the miner, let that get going, and go ahead and take the topper off of this copper node. One thing I don't know if I mentioned a while ago about node, well maybe I did, I can't remember, but about the nodes, there's pure, normal, yeah I think it is, pure, normal, and impure. This happens to be impure, so we're not going to get as much out of this one as quickly. So what I'm going to do is we're going to do another cutscene. I'm going to come back, and when we come back I'll have some wire, and I have some cabling. Again, my goal is to kind of get through the onboarding process as quickly as possible, so we can really get the next phases and build some really good, start building some factories and start automating a lot. Right now, again, too much handcrafting, but it's part of the process to learn how the game works. So I'll be back in a little bit. Well, a little bit for you, not sure how long for me. Okay, we're back at our hub now. I've got some wire now. We still have our cable from before. I've got some copper ore for us to use a little bit later. And one of the things we got previously from our last milestone was we got a smelter and we got power. And so I'm going to drop a smelter in front of our power support or supply over there, which is that biomass burner. Orange means inputs, green means outputs, and most equipment that you build, or I guess it's equipment, items you build have inputs and outputs. And so you want to make sure that orange lines up with the green. We don't have any conveyors yet to automate this thing, but we're going to go ahead and drop this smelter here, connect it with that guy. Oh, if you notice at the bottom we have toolbars. There are 10 toolbars, and you can put whatever you want on the toolbar. So if you hit Q, let's say we want to make the smelters. I can hover over the smelters, press number 9, and the smelter is number 9. So if I come in here and press 9, I can make me another smelter. Or I can take it off my toolbar by hit Q, highlight what I want to remove, select the number it is, press 9, and it goes away. I don't usually use but one toolbar, but there are 10, so if whichever toolbar you want, you press Alt and your mouse roll, and you go 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I can count. Yay! Okay, and I'm going to go back to 1. Oops, that way, 1. And on my toolbar, it automatically drops some things for us, like the wire. And I'm going to take my wire, press 2, point it at my biomass burner, and run my biomass burner over to here. I'm going to run over here to our miners. I'm going to go ahead and pick up that miner, and I'm going to run back and load this smelter up. Wait, what are we making with this smelter? See how it's red over here? That means it's either has no power or it's not configured. In this case, it's not configured, so we're going to go to it and we're going to say, hey, make me some iron ingots, and it's going to take iron ore. And then that should probably start here in a minute. Well, it won't, because I don't have any fuel in my biomass burner. Well, that was a oops move. What a noob. Anyway, so you go up to this guy and you highlight it, and right now it will take our fuel or wood or our leaves. I'm going to go and do leaves right now, and now our smelter will be making things. So let's go ahead and pick up our next hub objective. So to the hub terminal, we'll get number 3, and when we do, we'll be able to do concrete, and we'll be able to make a constructor, be able to expand our plant, make some reinforced iron plates, and just takes all of these items, of which I believe we all have already. So we'll send this off. Again, double click, double click, double click, like the sword again, and we'll send it off, and then hub upgrade 3 will be done. Alright, before we pick that, we actually have a place, a living center, I guess, of sorts. Really can't do much in here. You can customize your character a little bit. So walk up to your locker and select it. You can change your helmets however you want. You can change your build tool. You can change the little thing hanging from your build tool. You can change your colors, do what you want here. I'm going to tell you, I'm not very good at this kind of stuff. It's just not where I enjoy it. Some people enjoy it, so customize to your heart contents. I'm going to revert the changes, close, but you can use that to customize your character. And there's a toilet in here if you have to go, you know, so we'll go ahead and put something in here. We'll go ahead and drop one of these guys in here. I know you're like, why? I don't know, because you can, I guess. But to flush it, you point to the lid, hit E, it'll flush. It does a little backsplash, so don't get your feet wet. And then make sure you clean up your mess. And then when you're done, close the lid, please. Anyway, so our constructor is over, or excuse me, our smelter is over here smelting. We'll go ahead and take what's out of there. And because we've advanced now, we got a power pole down there, number one. Let's see what other kind of items we can build. We can build constructors. Constructors take reinforced iron plates. And we don't have any reinforced iron plates, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go build a few more things by hand, and then we'll come back and drop a constructor here and go from there. I don't believe there's anything open with the power pole, but yeah, and it's also number one on our thing. But we'll come back in a few minutes. Well, for you it won't be a few minutes, but I'll be back in a few minutes, and we will see what we got. It also takes concrete as well for the power pole, so we need to get some concrete. Tell you what, before I disappear, I'm going to go pick up one of these guys, and I'm going to run over to our concrete guy, which is over there. If you remember, let's scan Fort V. Concrete. I keep saying concrete. It's not concrete. It's limestone. I don't know why. Because limestone makes concrete, and that's why I keep saying that. But limestone's over there, but we have a hatcher. So I'm going to do the slide, but I'm going to stay down, hold my C, kind of sneak up on it. Take this dude out. Alright, after I take this dude out, I'm going to drop that miner, that portable miner on it, and then we will get started making... oh, there's another one over there, didn't see it. So it's hatched, its crabs are flying at me. I'm being pounced quickly, take it out before more hatch. Okay, so, alright, I'm good. Alright, you notice it says I don't have enough room for this. Oh no, well, that's true, because I don't have enough inventory spaces. But we'll get more as we go, and if you clear out something, you can, get more, and we can put it in there. Alright, so for now, I'm going to go ahead and drop our miner. In fact, I'm going to drop a couple miners on here, and then I'm going to take off the node at the top. No, I'm not. Anyway, I will clean this up for a minute. I'll be back, and we will have some concrete, and we will have a little more wire, maybe some more iron items. And then we'll begin to build our constructor and go from there. Alright, welcome back. We are going to do a little more automation. We just finished sending off our hub update number 2, I believe it is. We'll pick up the next one, which is, number 3. We'll pick up number 4. We're not going to send that off just yet because we need to build a constructor to kind of help us begin to automate. So we're going to deconstruct a little bit here, and to deconstruct you press F and you highlight what you want to deconstruct, and you press the button and get rid of it. Now a trick to deconstructing is you can press F and you can hit control, and you can hold control down and you can swing it around, and you can delete, deconstruct so many things. Be careful because you don't want to do that. Or you can press F and hit control and then let go of it, hit control and hit control, and maybe you didn't want to, well, I didn't mean to do this, hit control again, or move your mouse off of it. So I'm not going to deconstruct anything except for that cable that we did. I'm going to take my wire, connect to that. We have power poles now. Yes, this is nice. I'm going to make a power pole here. I'm going to connect it to this smelter. I'm going to take these guys out. I'm going to drop some more here to get some more iron ingots being made. I'm going to put us down another smelter. Again, Q. Select what you're trying to build. And one thing you can do is if you hold, let me show you from the front. If you hold your control key down, you see a little blue line? It means these are lined up left and right and back and forth, so they're lined up. When we get our base building materials, this will be a little easier to do, but for now we'll do it right there. And then we'll connect this guy up, and we will make this guy to make us some copper ingots, because I went up there and got some copper. Or while we were away, I keep saying we, it was me who was away, you guys were here, just like the magic of TV, here you are. But now we want to make a constructor. We're going to put one constructor in front of here and another constructor in front of here. And we don't have any conveyor belts yet, but we're beginning to automate. So constructors take reinforced iron plates. Let me show you that real quick. Reinforced iron plates take screws and plates. And so we had some screws from before, but we can make screws from iron rods. And again, you can do this from any of the crafting stations. So again, we're going to make some constructors. We're going to drop a couple here. Oh, again, control. See that little line? That means those two are lined up front to back. Orange is out, green is in. So from the green to the orange. And then we'll do the same thing over here. Yep. And I don't have any conveyors yet. We will, not a lot of room between them at the moment. And we will go ahead and grab a power pole and drop it here. Connect these two up and configure them. We are making iron ingots here, and so we are going to make iron plates here. And so I got that. I'm going to drop those in there. And now we are making iron plates. And over here we're going to make wire from our iron ingots, and we got a handful of iron, those are copper ingots, and we will drop that in here, and now we're making a wire. So with that, we will let that run for a minute, and then while that's running, we will go ahead and send off our next upgrade, which is Hub Upgrade 4, which we should have everything we need. Let's see here, we got concrete, got enough of that, got enough cable, and have enough of our plates. So let's go send those off. Control click or shift click, either one will work. And send those off. And just like that, Hub Upgrade 4 is done.
If this is something you struggle with, do not worry. Fixit has alternative uses for all their pioneers. Next objective, complete Hub Upgrade 5.
A little concerned about what the alternative uses might be, but now we have conveyor belts. We pull up our build menu, we have logistics, we have conveyor belt Mark 1 and a pole that will help us kind of connect things together. These belts will do 60 items a minute. We'll increase this as we go through the game because we'll get different belts. But right now 60 items a minute is all we can pump through our belts. So I'm going to connect this guy with this guy, my belt, and again my belt, it happens to be number 3 on my toolbar. So I have 3, point at the output of this guy, run it to the input of this guy, and now we should start seeing the copper ingots going across, and over there we see the iron ingots over there. So now we've started to have some automation. Alright, let's go pick up the next milestone. I don't know that we have enough resources for number 5. We actually might, which will give us the miner, the storage container, and the inventory, which will help us to do some down and dirty plants. I guess I call them D&D plants, down and dirty. We'll be just throwing them on the ground. They won't be pretty, they won't be nice, but they will get the job done to help us get through the next tier and also through the next set of tiers as we maneuver through this. But the goal of this video is to get through our hub build through the onboarding. So let's select this guy, and we do have enough to send off for that, so let's go ahead and send off for that. Alright, let's see what we need for Hub Upgrade 6. I'm pretty sure we don't have enough for that. Not yet, but because we're going to throw down some D&D plants, down and dirty plants. Alright, select that milestone, and what we are going to do now, we have another biomass burner here, and I did drop some of our biomass off in here, so I'm going to pick that up and have that with us. I don't think, yep, alright. So, I'm going to go ahead and load this guy up with some fuel, load this guy up with some fuel, and then we're going to talk about power for just a second here. Note that these guys are yellow, they're not red. What does that mean? That means either they're full or they're empty, and they're not producing anything. That's really what that means. They're not producing anything. I don't have any copper ore with me at the moment. We have to run up there and get that, and we do have, well, I do have some iron ore, so we'll drop that in there. But here we're about to power up our plant and see what's going on. So if you go to a power pole and look at it, You see right now we have capacity of 20 megawatts, and if everything was running at 100%, we'd be using 16 megawatts. Currently we're consuming 12.1 megabytes because our factory is not efficient. It's bouncing all around. Our power line, however, our power output is solid. You want that when you're doing power. You want consistent, solid power across the board. And as we move through things, you'll see more. Now when I hook up this biomass burner, it'll turn green because we loaded it up, but this will crank up. This is 20 and this is 20, so this will be 40. So let's get our wire out, our cable out, and connect it. Run this guy. So now if you look, it just shot up to 40, so we can build some more items up to 40 megawatts. And when we run out of that kind of power, then we'll have to figure out how to get more power. But eventually we'll get buildable biomass burners so we can build up our own, and we'll build up a plant. So for the moment, I'm going to go ahead and pick this guy up. Oops, I'm going to have to grab the miner. I need to build another miner because we're going to build rods and cables, rods and plates as miners, and we're going to do that while those are running. So I'm going to build, let's go ahead and build rods first. I'm going to queue. We have a miner now. Look at this, a miner. It's a Mark 1 miner. Does 60 resources per minute by default. A Mark 2 will do 120. Mark 3 will do double that, and so on and so forth. And right now we also have a storage container. Yeah, I'm going to put the storage container on my toolbar, number 9. Again, highlight what you want, select the number, press the number. To remove it, highlight it, select the number it's on, and it'll remove it. But I use storage a lot, so I'm going to hit go back to our builder, get our miner, drop our miner on our ore, get a smelter because I have to take iron and again line them up with a control. Get the smelter lined up, get the constructor lined up, move some of these guys out of the way just for now. I do a 9. Eventually we get some stuff too where we can get rid of these rocks, some base building we can build above it maybe, but for now we're just gonna go through them and around it. Connect everything up with conveyor belts. And let's go ahead and configure everything. We're going to make rods. Rods take ingots, and then that'll work. So now we have to hook this guy up to some kind of power. I'm going to make another power pole right here. Well, let's make it right here for now because we're going to use this other miner. And we'll run this over here to that guy. And there goes our friendly neighborhood lizard doggo, which we can't get, still can't get just yet. But now we're making rods, and now let's go ahead and make plates. I'll drop a miner, kind of point them in the same direction roughly. Get our constructor, line him up again, control. Get our constructor, line him up a little bit. There we go, control, and get our storage container out, and kind of line him up somewhat, maybe. There he is. Connect them all with belts. Eventually you get to where we can do blueprints, which, by the way, I will let you know I'm not very good at yet. Never have been. They've been out for a bit, but I don't use them probably like I should. So I'm going to connect that guy. Where did I put that other power pole? In the middle. So I'll put that guy there. And so this should start. Oh, see how it's red? I have not configured these guys yet. However, our miner knows it's on the iron node, so it's going to get iron. So let's make iron ingots, and then let's make iron plates, and then we're going here. All right, so now I'm going to tear this down because we don't need this anymore. Because we're automatically making rods, and we're automatically making plates. Not necessarily efficiently, because if you look at our power pole, pull that up real quick. You'll see it's going up and down, up and down, up and down. It'll start churning up and down because what'll happen is the miner is going at 120 a minute because this is a pure node. It'll back up, and this will back up, and this will, well, not back up, but it'll be at capacity. But in the meantime, we're going to take this down. To take it down and get all of it at once, F, Control, and highlight what you want to take out, but be careful because you can take out more than what you mean to take out. Alright, so that's done. So now if we look at our consumption here, let's see where we're at. Well, we're at 26 at the max, and we're making 40, so we're good. I'm going to go ahead and automate our limestone production. Let me go ahead and get another one of these guys. I'm going to drop that there. Cable only goes so far, by the way. I see you, lizard doggo. I can't get you. But it'll go so far, and then it'll tell us it's too far. So right now the wire is too long. So I'm going to put it right here on this little guy there. I'm going to run over here and pick our portable miners up. Go ahead and pick that. Yep, and then pick this one up. And we're going to drop a mine on top of this. Now, limestone to make concrete doesn't need a smelter, it needs a constructor. I'm going to line that guy up, kind of link those up. Now you see how that doesn't work too well? I'm going to have to move this guy out. So pull my constructor, move it out here a little bit further so the belt can make it. Again, when we get the base building foundations, it'll make it a lot easier to line everything up, make it a lot prettier. Alright, so this guy we're going to make concrete, which takes limestone directly. So now let's give some power. And we should be making limestone. Now where are we at on our power? See how our production's going up and down, up and down. It's not at capacity, it's not even. We want to try to even that out, but we're not at a point where we can do that. But our power is. But we're at 35 megawatts consumed, and we have 40 megawatts available to us. Now, I don't have copper construction done yet, because if I do, we're going to overrun our power. So I'm going to go up there, get the ore that we've harvested so far. I'm going to manually craft some more wire and some more cable, and then I'll be back and we can send off for Hub Upgrades 6 and be done with this particular step and this particular episode. So hold on. Well, I guess you don't have to. Why do I keep telling you to hold on when I'm the one who needs to hold on? So I'll be back in just a bit. Okay, I'm back. I'm not done crafting things, but while I was in the midst of crafting things, we've lost power. And one thing I wanted to show you before I forgot was how to divide stacks of things. So we have wood and we have all these different stacks, and we can divide any of it. If you just simply right click on it, it'll take half of whatever's there and split it up for you. Again, like this is 100. If I do right click, it'll do 50 and 50. However, sometimes you need something different. So you can right click and hold, and I say I want 25 of these. Give it a number, split. What'll happen is I'll have 25, and then the rest will be here. Again, to split something quickly, just in half, right click. To split it for a specific number, whatever's in that stack, you can right click, hold it, and then you can pick something, maybe you want 10 or whatever it happens to be out of that stack, and you're good to go. Alright, I'm going to get back to crafting, handcrafting some stuff. I'll be so glad when we're done handcrafting, got these things, guys. We still have to do it from time to time, but generally speaking we won't. I forgot. Let me go ahead and run this too real fast. Let me run this in here. Go ahead and drop our wood because it runs a lot more efficiently than our leaves. Although there's things that run better. I'm going to 100 and 100. And when your power trips, you do have to reset it. Remember to turn it off. Our plants are all off at the moment. All of our factories are off. So you can do it from a biomass burner, or you can do it from a pole. And all you have to do is drag this down and drop it, and then everything, our fuse is back reset. Our plant is spinning back up again, and we're green. Okay, now with that, I'll be back in just a bit. Alright, now we have, with that done, we've handcrafted a bunch more wire, some more, well, we didn't completely handcraft all this stuff, but we definitely did the wire and the cable, and we got some more iron rods, we have some more plates and some more reinforced iron plates. Our plants are working, so now we're going to send off Hub Upgrade 6, and then we will be done with the Hub upgrade, then we can actually start some real base building here in the next episode. And let's send this off, and then we'll talk about that for just after we get done with this.
Hub Upgrade 6, Landing Platform Hydraulics, completed. Freighter landing initialized. Congratulations, you have completed onboarding and achieved the absolute minimum skill level required of a Fix-It Pioneer. Fix-It looks forward to your future achievements, because a future with Fix-It is a future with you. Tier 1 and 2 milestones are now available in the hub, and biomass burners can now be built individually. Your first official objective is to initiate project assembly by building the space elevator. This objective will take a significant amount of resources, so Fix-It recommends getting to work.
Alright, with that, the onboarding process is done. Let's see what other items we have picked up. We've got the space elevator. We'll have to build that, but we're going to need a lot more stuff. And with the space, when we get the space elevator built, it will help us maneuver, manage, get through. Anyway, it helps get through the milestones. We have a new biomass burner, so now we can have more than 40 megawatts of power. Each one of these produces 30 megawatts of power, and we can have as many of these as we want. Again, it's still not automated power, but it's a step closer to automation power because there's some inputs on these things that will help us to be able to input power to them, so it's somewhat automated for us. Outside of that, I think the only thing left is well, that was it that we got. So with that, we'll go ahead and end this episode. What I'm going to do between now and then is let these guys build up. Oh wait, there's one more thing I think. Let me double check real quick. Yes, we do have biomass. Biomass burns more efficiently than leaves or wood directly, so I'll probably make some biomass leaves, drop a couple of biomass burners down, new ones down, and get some more extra power going, and I'll go through a D&D down and dirty copper plant up on the hill where our copper is, so we can get that rolling. And I'll bank up some items, and then once we do that, we'll start our between now and then I'll get those banked up, and then we'll start our next episode after that. Thank you for watching, appreciate it. If you like what you've seen here, give us a like, thumbs up. If you really want to see more, subscribe, follow. Please share your comments, your thoughts, your criticisms, but be nice, okay? I mean, we're here to help each other and have some fun. I'm not here to tear each other down. So let's have some fun, enjoy the game, and get out there and go automate, my friends. Go automate.